These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
Hi there, I'm Amelia Fabiano with your top stories on this Sunday from ABC15 Arizona. Members of the Gila River Indian community marching against ongoing violence in their neighborhoods. They have 4 key demands, including enhanced law enforcement training and better staffing, more collaborative efforts to address root causes of violence like poverty and generational trauma, more support resources for families impacted by violence, and better transparency and accountability from the Community Council. We'll be watching this story closely, so count on us to continue to follow up. And across Arizona this morning, our team following up after a car slammed into this home near State Route 51 and Bethany Home Road Friday night. Neighbors rushed in to help, including one familiar face.
See this car coming, with a huge right turn, probably going 80 to 100 miles an hour. Next you know it, I hear this big thud, a big sound, and then boom, I knew he had hit something.
Yeah, so you just heard from Henry Cajudo, a UFC fighter who happens to live next door to this. Cajudo says several people inside the car struggled to get out. Once they did, the homeowner confronted the driver, and police say the driver, Angel Coda, allegedly assaulted the homeowner, then tried to run away. Well, that's when Cajudo says he chased down the 22-year-old to stop him. Coda is in custody and faces multiple charges, including DUI and assault. Helping address Arizona's bus driver shortage. It's a problem we've told you about for years. Well, now Arizona U.S. Senator Mark Kelly introducing a bipartisan bill that would make it easier for more people to become bus drivers. The legislation gets rid of a specific commercial license testing requirement that Kelly says would not affect student safety. Before 2020, Arizona had 8,400 school bus drivers. Now that number is half. We'll track this bill and how it could impact districts in the valley. In the battle to help prevent Arizonans from being priced out, Governor Katie Hobbs says she's working on negotiating a compromise for the Arizona Starter Homes Act. The bill was created to try and increase affordable housing options in our state. The governor, though, vetoed the bill last year, calling it a step too far and saying the bill would create a housing reform experiment with unclear outcomes. The governor's main concern was that homes be bought by investors instead of families. Well, having a family member or child in the hospital is a stress far too many of us are familiar with. And that's why the team at Phoenix Children's is so dedicated to taking care of the entire family. One place family members can go to find strength or to pray is the chapel at Phoenix Children's.
They can come to a place like this and really process what they're going through. You don't have to even believe in some sort of divine being. This is just a sacred space where they can come and be alone with their thoughts and their emotions.
It's a non-denominational space, and it's there to help people during some of their most difficult moments. Family members can light candles, make prayer requests, and write stories about their loved one's journey in hopes of letting other families know they're not alone. You can provide hope to patients and their families, too, by tuning into the ABC15 Telethon benefiting Phoenix Children's on Wednesday, April 9th. All day long, we'll be collecting donations and raising funds for these essential programs and services that help so many at Phoenix Children's. We hope you'll join us. Hey, here's a quick check of that most accurate forecast to get you all ready for the second half of your weekend. It's going to feel really similar to yesterday. A high of 82 degrees on this Sunday here in Phoenix, right within that normal territory for this time of year. We're usually landing somewhere in the mid-80s, nowhere near that record high. It made it all the way to 102 on this day back in 1989. Other highs across our state: 66 for Prescott, Payson, Winslow, and Page, 56 for Show Low, Window Rock, Heber, and Flag, and mid-80s out west from Bullhead City down to Yuma. Overnight into our Monday morning, we're dropping down into the 30s in Payson, Sedona, and Prescott, 20s in other spots in the high country, teens up towards the Four Corners and out at the Grand Canyon, and 50s overnight here in Phoenix and out along the Colorado River Valley. We're warming up from here. Upper 80s tomorrow, 90s for our high by Tuesday, and we're near 100 by Wednesday, possibly hitting our first triple-digit day of the year on Thursday, which would tie a record set on that date, breaking a record on Friday. All right, for the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to our website, abc15.com, or download the free ABC15 mobile app.
These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.